Hi everyone, Sandra Duran Wilson here, and welcome to Mixed Media Soul Sparks. I'm going to be sharing with you something today, odds and ends. Now, you're probably a lot like me where you have lots of little pieces left over. Maybe you're doing gel plate printing, or like in one of my videos I showed you how I mounted papers onto panels and canvases, and I trim off sides and pieces of it. So I end up with a lot of things, a lot of little odds and ends. So what do you do with those? Well, I've done a few different things with them, but this was a new idea, and I want to share that new idea with you. And of course, one idea leads to another idea, leads to another idea. So, of course, I've got to show you 3 ideas. But what I've done is I've taken my scraps, my odds and ends, and I've got, let me just move them off of here. I've got a piece of paper that is, it's like a heavyweight acrylic paper. It even has a little bit of paint on it already. What I'm going to begin to do is I'm going to build this up. This is a fabric from an old book, and I'm going to put these on here. They don't even have to stay within the boundaries of the paper. Let me get my scissors here. And I'm just going to share a couple of different adhesive tips. Now this one I cut it short because I want to see that edge of the paper. I had it all lined up. Of course I took it all off, and I won't put it back together in the same way. But if you do, the trick is you take a photograph of it with your phone, and then you deconstruct it, and then as you put it all back together, hopefully it'll go back in the same way. Mine never does, no matter what. When I do collages, they're always different, even with the photograph. So this is a soft gel gloss I'm spreading on the back of this fabric, and my rule is you want to match the weight of the medium to the weight of whatever you're gluing. So this is fairly pliable yet heavy, so I'm using soft gel. I've got some glue pens I'm going to use, which are great for thinner papers, but for something like this, I tried earlier and it didn't quite work. I needed something more of the gel. There's a silicone tool I can use. You could use a brayer or just your hand. Now this is a piece that I had trimmed off of one of the pieces I mounted on paper. Mounted on panel from paper. So it's got part of that composition. And I'm just coming along here with the gel medium. And I'm going to put it in the middle. And then just kind of trim that down. Now this piece is, it's fabric, and then this is an aluminum tape that I got at the hardware store. It's made for duct tape, like wrapping around ventilation ducts. And it's really sticky, and I just glued it on the back of that fabric, so it's got a bit of a sheen. And I'm going to put this end up here, so it's going off that way. And I'm going to leave a little of that blue showing through. Just trying to give you some different ideas on glues and ways to mount these. I've got 2 other ways I'm going to show you, and of course there's probably a ton of ways to do this. I've got one online class about like Gustav Klimt, and I was using up all the little bits and pieces, making like tiles and pieces like that. It was a lot of fun. Okay, let's go here. So these are like really raw and primitive, and I like that aspect. What were the other pieces? Here's a piece. This is going to go over here. Now this one, I'm just going to show you. This is a glue pen called Nuvo glue pen, and shake it up, and it's got this tip on it. Kind of press it down a little bit. But this is really good for thin papers like this. And it's not as messy as the gel, but it does dry pretty fast. So let me just see how well this is going to work. Yeah, it's sticking pretty good. And if it doesn't, I can always just put a little bit more on there. I'm just going to play with these. This has some replicating some of these mark making aspects. Put that here. Got this piece, another found paper. I'm not going to completely finish this one because I want to show you some other ideas, but I will finish it and share it at the end of the video. Let's go this way. That's not working. So this is, you have to try and see what's going to work and what's not. Another kind of glue pen. This is a glue stick. It's got a little gooier technical term. Let's try that. The other one didn't want to work on the fabric because it's too open, meaning that more fluid glue was going through the fabric. There we go. Let's turn this around. So I'll keep working on this. What I want to do down here is probably trim some of this off at the bottom and then paint the paper down here. But on this one, I'll probably add a few more things to it. But I want to show you an idea I had to make a hanger for this. Let's see if I can get this off of me. You can buy these little plastic hangers that you just, tape on the back, but you can also just make your own. Oops, got a lot of paper in there. So what I did is I just folded it over. I'm going to put this here, and then I'll just take a hole punch and make a hole in that right there, and then that can hang on the wall. So I'll finish this one up and show you what it's like. Just the same idea. Here we go. This one is a piece of, another work I was working on. It was probably part of a bigger piece, and I cut it up. So this is completely painted, and what am I doing is I'm starting to work with a composition of maybe pushing some of that back. I'm not going to take the time to glue all of this, but just show you how you can leave space between the papers. Now here's one, It's a fairly transparent paper, but I painted it white on the back. So in some areas it's going to stay white, other areas it's more clear. Maybe I want to block out some areas, meaning not block out, but have a solid area rather than a lot of busyness going on. And I might just start to cross over some of these lines. I want to work compositionally with having another graphic there. Maybe bring something in that way, but letting the background show through. So I'll finish that one too and share that one with you. You could do the same thing on the back. You could hang it either way. Make your own little hangers. There's another idea, just these cards. Same kind of thing you do with the cards. And I'm going to be doing some really short little videos of a complete composition using these. So limiting what you have and making something work with just a few pieces, even stitching things together. Another idea for you. Let me get my piece over here. So here's a panel, and I could work, here was my other little back piece I made. I did that one in 2 pieces, but you can just do it in 1. These are, again, all these little leftover pieces. This idea is just working directly onto a panel. I'll be covering this one with all of the papers, so there's no need to paint it. And then I will use different gels, pastes, to get these papers adhered. Now, compositionally, I can overlap, I can, instead of stitching, I just took a marker and marked on here as if it were stitches. Here's some fabric, more of the book pages. So I'll get all of this done, and I'll let some of these pieces come off of the end. Here's even some ribbon. I could cut up some and add that into. It's a great way to use up all of your leftovers. I could just keep making these. They're just so much fun. And I like the idea of not conforming, breaking outside of the box, whether it's on the panel or on the paper. Now these are, fast little pieces. I'm not concerned with, sealing them, making them super archival. This is just your odds and ends. But it's a very liberating and freeing way to create. And even these little tiny ones, I think, can become beautiful little compositions. So we'll see what happens with these. And, feel free to bring in markers, stamps, but really the idea is to try and constrain what you're using. Otherwise, it gets a little overwhelming. And work with a little bit at a time and work small. Another idea is to maybe just work on a blank paper and have the pieces just floating rather than with the painted paper. This can kind of get a little busy. So I'll finish some pieces and put them at the end of the video. But I hope this gives you some ideas of how to work with all your odds and ends. And be sure and post what you create so we can take a look and share your ideas too. Thanks for joining me this week as we move into creating more ideas, more posts. I'd like to see what you're working on and reach out, and I'd be glad to chat with you. So thanks again for watching, and until next time, happy creating. Join the Creative Awakening Community on Facebook, where you'll be able to post your art, connect with other creatives around the world, and ask questions. Use the hashtag MixedMediaSoulSparks when posting your work on social media. Thanks for joining me.